Hello everybody, it's Lindsay from The Vintage Button. I make stuff from old stuff, mostly junk journal and I slow stitch. Today we're going to do a flip through of a journal that I've made completely from scratch. So this journal used to be, can I reach one? I don't think I can. It used to be a cardboard box. All I did was I cut one edge off it, cut the flaps off, and then I backed it with more cardboard boxes to make this. I will do a video on that. I know everybody makes things out of cardboard boxes, but well, it's probably worth doing a video on. So it's tied because it's bound with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Is that what you call it? Not sure on terminology. I just know how to make it. So I will show you how to do that if I do a tutorial. And what I've done is, often people put the knot in the centre of the book. I tend to put my knots on the outside of the book. Not always, but sometimes. Especially if I am binding it with this strong ribbon, this organza ribbon, because it makes for a nice tie. So here's my elements. For years, I've literally been doing this for years. I've been making elements out of napkins, and I have a lifetime supply of these butterflies, it seems like, because you get them from Tesco, and they've had the same napkins for about 2 years. Excuse me while I have a drink. And yeah, while they're there, keep using them up. So got butterflies, napkin. This is stamped on book page, and I've sort of edged them in gold metallic paint. I haven't written anything on the front yet. Sometimes I just don't feel the need. Make it look pretty. Have I got anything on the back? Just a butterfly on the back. Then here we go. So the end paper, I have 4 flower arranging books from the 1970s that are on a really nice matte paper that I found, and I've made so many uses of this set of books. So that's the end paper. This is from a fabric sample, this ticking, a fabric sample book that I've got. Is this a pocket? This is a pocket. I need something to demonstrate pockets with. But it hasn't got anything in it. I don't overstuff my journals. Even though I'm going to keep this one just to look through, I still don't overstuff them. If I give them away, I don't really overstuff them. I make sure there's things in, but I don't overstuff them. So a nice tuxedo pocket with bits in. So that's a business card. I think it's lindsaylou.co.uk. I don't know what I bought. I think I must have bought something for Lily when we were up in Wigan. This little, I've forgotten about these pockets. They're sort of like little, they're quite tight, sort of ladder pockets that go on the end of your pages. This is a napkin bird. Strawberry napkins. The cat's come in yowling for food. He's never been fed. Got some tickets. I think these are things from a swap that I did when I made the journal. Just little things pinned in with a butterfly. So this is more of this ticking, and it's the edge of the sample. So the edge of the sample has like paper, and sometimes it's easy to get off and sometimes it's quite difficult, and I don't bother. And I find with the type of material that this ticking is, because it's quite it's not a tight weave, but it's still got a lot of texture to it, the glue to the paper really grabbed, so I didn't bother taking it off, and it was really handy for things like pockets. Oh, got a little butterfly there, you can see more detail. It's just been backed directly onto the cardboard box, and then I've just lined it, sort of edged it with gold paint, quite thick gold paint. I've forgotten I did that. I might have to revisit that. I think it's more successful with some butterflies than others, obviously, but I think I was working that out. These are little envelopes that have got butterflies in the middle that I think are tuck spots. They are. There's lots of ideas in this one. I think I did this again in my Junk Journal July last year, just because I enjoy making it and it looks really nice and it's a bit interactive. So yeah, you're a tuck spot. Are you a tuck spot or did I just stick you down? No, you are a tuck spot. Quite nice to send little messages, you know, if you're doing a swap or something, make a little envelope like that, send a message in. That's the centre page, which I've not done anything with. It's bound with this organza ribbon and it's not stretched or anything, it's still really tightly and firmly bound in. So I've just got some book pages at the back of this pocket, so it's stuck in on two sides. There's a back pocket there and then the actual blooming envelope is a pocket too, so I can put things in. They're really pretty. In fact, I've put some of those in the advent calendars that I'm selling. They will be out soon. Just a notepad, quite simple things. Butterfly. This folds out and there's two envelope pockets. I get bored, so that's why things are always like 80% done, and then because I find, oh, I want to make something else and I move on. So a little notepad with my favourite stamp that's so versatile. So this is on both sides. It's an Anna Griffiths Bulldog clip stamp. This is glued in place. It's not a covered paper clip. Sometimes I make covered paper clips with them. Pockets on the page, just made from the page being folded up. Yeah. This book's made with really strong paper, so I was just actually thinking of a video we are going to do this week of turning a booklet into a journal. I've got the beginnings of it here because I've got a few of these roll call booklets and I've started putting the signatures together. I'm going to extend the spine a bit like I did for the Junk Journal July journal. So yeah, and I've really changed. I'll have to find an old journal. I've ripped some up and started again, where the paper, the weight of the paper is heavy, so that it actually can take things being glued on it and it's not going to move. So this is quite a shiny map, but I knew I was not ever going to try to paint on this map or anything. I knew I was going to stick something like this in. I could have, if I really wanted, I could have put some gesso over it, or I could have took some sandpaper to it. These are that pocket again, doubled up so that there's two of them, which has made quite a nice effect going up the page. Bits and pieces. There's a mixture of like just the stickers you get on the cover of your parcels to vintage tea cards. That's another sweet little notepad. I also repeat themes of things. I think that is a tuck spot. Yep, so you can, that will hold something. I repeat things. I don't see any harm in repeating something. If you enjoy making that particular thing, you can make it twice in a journal. With a little pocket. Centre page. It's only got two signatures. Not every page is decorated. I tea dyed this page. Another tuxedo with napkin elements. I didn't have a printer at this point, so I was just using what I had. And napkins are a great resource for that. They're very versatile. Much so than a pack of stickers, because you can either make individual stickers out of them, you can make them look like washi, you can make them look like a rub-on, depending on how you use it. I think they're probably the most versatile thing you can have in your little craft stash. I think that envelope's not one of mine. No, it's not one of mine. That's come from a swap. Again, this is the end of, can I flip it? This is the end of the sample that the book cover is made out of. It's Dupoint silk. Dupoint? I don't know how you say it. Nice silk. That was £150 a metre, which even back then was a lot of money. Yeah. just a little tag made out of a bit out of that book with the flower arranging, and then a belly band made with the sample edge again. It's got the paper on it, napkin covered over the page. So I probably would now, I didn't have at the time, I didn't have my Posca pens or anything. So if I did this again, and I do still have these napkins, I probably would go in with my Posca pens and make it look really pretty. You know, like kind of lift things up from the page. And then there's the end. Paper knot bird, we will do a tutorial on those because they're really nice. They just add a little bit of texture and layer to things, especially running up to Christmas, because we'll be able to turn any bird into a robin. Any bird stamp you've got, I can turn into a robin. There we go. So then it just ties up and it'll sit on my shelves downstairs. And I've got a few of these books and these book sizes because I enjoy making them. I just really enjoy making them, and I can sit like one day and make a few just from scratch if I get myself into a little process. I obviously can't tie a bow though. Yeah, and they just look really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed that little rifle through one of my journals. This journal's about 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, it might be 3 years old. I think it was just after we moved into this house. So there's that, and there's one of these in each of the advent calendars that I'm going to put in my shop when I launch it. And I want you to remind you of our giveaway for this advent calendar. This is going to have lots of bits and pieces, and it has a mini version of this journal. It actually has the cream silk version, but it's just a miniature one. And my journals always have room to grow because I don't like the gator mouth thing, and that's as wide as I want it to get. So, and even then I think I was beginning to learn not to put too many pages in each signature. But I actually think this is probably alright, and it's good that it's got the tie on it. So there's a mini one of these in that, so that if you win the giveaway, or there's the bigger versions that are going to be in like a larger book. Books that I've processed and I've got left over. I've found my green and my red ones. I've got 5 of these that I can make into advent calendars, and if all goes well, it's probably something I'll do every year is have like an advent calendar of some description, just to get rid of the stuff, because I keep finding it and I think it needs to find a home. Can't live on my landing or in my craft room forever. It needs to find homes. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Where's my book? I will do a tutorial on this. We're going to do the booklet one first, and then we've got a few other bits and pieces to do, but we will move on to this certainly before Christmas, I think, so that you can be inspired to grab your own bits and pieces. I would recommend that if you're just starting out with junk journaling, that you think about what materials you want to get, and don't be rushing to buy things. Think about where you can find stuff in your house. Think about where you can find stuff out in your community. So this came from a community scrap store. But you know, there are lots of curtain shops and things that have sample books in the back store yard, you know, back room or store cupboard or something that they want to get rid of. And they don't want to throw them away because they cost them a lot of money when they first bought them. So yeah. There we go. Have a think about where you get your supplies. You don't necessarily need a printer. I have bought myself a nice printer that I've not broken into yet. I will be printing things off, particularly when we get to like Halloween and Christmas. There's some things I want to do that'll need printers and need printing. But that's for me. You don't have to do that. I'll try and find some nice napkins and things like that you could go and source. But there you go. Completely made from scratch junk journal that is beautiful, made from rubbish. It doesn't have to look trashy, it can look pretty, because I think that this is a really pretty little book. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to enter into the giveaway, you need to be subscribed, comment, like. I'd love it if you shared the channel. I'd love the channel to grow, and I'd love some engagement. I'm just really enjoying being here for you all and talking through the stuff that I do and showing my journals. I mean, that's why you make these things, is to show them, don't you? You want to talk about them. That's what I feel anyway. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. So let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Be entered into that giveaway for the advent calendar. Every comment on every video from August to September is an entry into the giveaway, and it could be yours. More entries you make, more comments you make, more chance you've got of winning. My husband's going to do something on Excel, so I'm sure it'll be amazing. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.